Okay. Please avoid chatting unwanted message, posting unwanted message in the chat. Please focus on the session. Is my screen visible, everyone? Is it visible, everyone? Once again, do confirm. Okay, sure. So we will proceed with the SQL concepts in today's session. So when we are going to study the SQL, the first concept comes, that is, what is SQL? What is the long form of SQL? Any answers? Correct? Correct. Structured query language. Yes. Now, before going to the SQL, first we have to learn what is data and what is database. Okay. So, what is data? Yes, I understood what is SQL. It's long form as well. Now, what is data? Raw information, correct? Raw fact. Yes, Nitesh, Pawan. Yes. Okay, correct. So data is the simplest way in the facts or the statistics. Okay, data can come in any form to you. For example, text, observation, figures, images, numbers, graph or symbols. Anything that is around to you or anything that you want to use in further, in future as well. So if you want to store something that will be needed in future as a reference or as a input for something, that can be considered as a data. Okay, data on its own does not carry any significance or purpose. Okay, suppose if any business you are running and you have the customer data, if it is kept as it is and if you are not going to use it, it has no significance. But if you are going to use that customer data to improve your grow your business, in that case, what it will generate more profit for you. It will bring business to you. So in that case, data will be more useful for you. Okay. So like this, it is most important to handle the data or store the data. So in that case, for storing the data or managing the data, we have invented the term called that is a database. Okay, database is a systematic collection of data. Any data that is kept here and or in random situations, it is of no use for us. But if we arrange that data in a systematic way, okay, so that data can be more useful for us and we can extract maximum output from that data. Okay, there are many different types of database currently in use, like SQL, NoSQL. Okay, so in this session we are going to discuss about SQL. Is screen is visible for everyone or not? Yes, I'm getting some messages that screen is not visible. Those guys, please check your network. Just because of any network fluctuation, the screen may not be visible for you. Okay. Once check the network properly. Okay, it's visible now. Okay. Now there is two types, that is DBMS and RDBMS. DBMS is database management system and RDBMS is relational database management system. Here the difference is mentioned over here. What is DBMS and what is RDBMS? DBMS is DBMS stores data as a file actually. But in relational database management system, the data is stored in the form of tables, or we can say in the tabular form. Uh, Unlike of that is DBMS, where it is stored in the form of the files. Okay. In DBMS, normalization is not possible, and there is no relationship between the data. When you store the data in the form of files, in that case, what happens? There are multiple datas where the datas can overlap, or we have the similar kind of data. We can't match it, but in relational database management we can do it. In SQL we can have the concept that joins. If two data are available, we can find a join between them. Okay, so it is possible in relational database management. Okay, DBMS can be accessed, only one user can access it at a time, but RDBMS multiple users can access it. Okay. So it is here, it is the same thing explained over here regarding the RDMS. So now coming to the topic that how the data is stored in the relational database management system. Shubham Kulkarni, window is not visible to you? Is it the same issue for everyone or only for the Shubham? For others, it is visible. Shubham, please check your connection. I am repeating it once again. Please check your connection. The issue may be at your end only. Okay. So coming to the topic that how data is stored in the relational database management system. Okay. The data is stored here in the form of tables. And you all know the data is consist of two main parameters, that is the rows and columns. Okay. So here the table is shown over here at the bottom. Okay, that is the simple example of the data presented in the tabular form. Okay, there can be multiple columns and multiple rows as well, but here it is only how many columns are there? 5 columns are there, and 3 rows, that is having the records. In the database management, we refer it as a records, and column we refer it as a fields. Okay, so now coming to the point, what is field? Every table is broken up into the smaller entities called field, and the field in the customer table is ID, name, age, address, salary. Okay, a field is a column in a table that is designed to maintain specific information about every record in the table. In the table, suppose coming to this table, here ID, name, age, address, and salary, those are the fields. Okay, what it signifies? Name signifies that the name of every record. 1, 2, 3 are the record numbers, and for those records the name will be Sahil, Sid, and Dev. So name is the field here, and the rows are considered as a records. Okay, a record also called the row of the data. You can say it as a individual entry for every individual, that complete data which includes all the fields, that is his ID, his name, his gender, his education, his employee ID, and likewise it will be considered as a record. Okay, record is a horizontal, as we mentioned it earlier, as it is a row. Consider it as a record as a row and field as a column. It will be more convenient for you to remember that things. Now the same thing we have discussed earlier, the field, that is the column, the vertical one. Here it is mentioned separately that address, which includes several different types of address that are associated with the different records or different persons present in the records. Everyone, please focus on this lecture. For documentation part and other part, you need to discuss with the HR. Okay. So just for now, just focus on this session. A column is a vertical entity, as we discussed earlier, which we called as a field. And it is mentioned here address. And the addresses mentioned over here are associated with the different types of customer or employees which are present in that records. What is the cell? Cell is a part of table where row and column intersect. A cell is designed to hold a specific portion of the data within a record. Okay. In this example, here it is a cell. Okay. So cell is a cell which holds the name of record number 1. Got my point? For record number 1, in the field of name, you will store his name, that is cell. It is considered as a cell. You can say the intersection between record and field is considered as a cell. That is the smallest unit of the table, any table which stored a specific data. Okay. So coming to the next term, what is null value in the SQL? Any answers? What is null value in SQL? Yes, correct. In terms of relational data model, a null value indicates a unknown value. Okay. The null value point to unknown value, but this unknown value does not equivalent to zero value or a field that contains space. Some of you have answered it as a 0 or nothing. Okay. So please refer it does not equivalent to 0 or a field that contains space. Due to this structure of the null value, it is not possible to use traditional comparisons. Okay. So this is about the null value. Now, earlier at the starting of the session, you told me what is the SQL, that is structured query language. Yes, correct? Yes, correct. It is a query language which will help you in storing, manipulating, and retrieving data in a databases. Okay. Now consider you have created one table that is a form of database. Okay. Now, if in case you want to delete some things from that table, if you want to manipulate something, manipulation means if you want to replace some data with another data, if you want to remove some data and keep it vacant, or if you want to change the fields, change the records. So in that case, what will come? The manipulation. And retrieving data, that means if you want to get some data from your database, that is retrieving the data in the database. Okay. Some of the famous SQL systems are Oracle, SQL Server, MySQL, and Postgres, and so on. There are many options. We will go with the Oracle online part. Okay. So SQL constraint are rules enforced on data columns on a table. These are used to limit the type of data that can go into a table. This ensures the accuracy and reliability of the data in the database. Now coming to the point not null. What is not null? Is my voice clear or it is for Nikita only? Yes, for everyone it is clear. Nikita, please check your network. In null value. Okay. Okay. We have already seen it. Okay. So let's see. Not null is used to ensure that the column cannot be null value. Okay. So it is a column level constraint that enforces that a value must be provided for that column in every row of the table. Okay. When we are taking data from the user. Okay. So that time there are some values. Suppose consider you are taking some data from user, and if you want to compulsorily take the at least name of that user, so you have to take that keyword, use that constraint that is not null. Okay. So it will avoid from user from skipping that part. The user cannot skip that part. That is the not null. Now, what is default next? The next constraint. Okay. Okay. So default constraint is used to provide a default value for a column when no value is specified during a insert operation. Okay. This ensures that the column gets a specific value if no explicit value is given by the user, we can say. Now, what's your thought on unique constraint? Okay. Okay. Correct. Correct. The unique constraint ensures that all values in a column are distinct, or should be different one. If the user is entering their user ID, so it should be different one. Okay, it not be should be matched with any another person. So that's why you use the unique constraint. Okay, this constraint help maintain data integrity by preventing duplicate entries in the specific column. Okay, now let me know what is primary keyword. Uh, yes, primary key. What is it? Unique. Correct. Okay. So correct. Correct answers. Okay, primary key constraint uniquely identifies each record in a table. Okay, a primary key column cannot contain null values and must contain unique values only inside the table. Okay, a table can, how many primary key one table can have? One. Correct. Now coming to the next part, that is a foreign key. refers to the joint. Okay, correct. Correct answer. Foreign key constraint is used to link two tables together. That is joint. Okay, it is a field in one table that uniquely identifies a row of another table. Correct. And for what we use the check constraint, the last one, quick answers. Yes, correct. It is just a condition, check condition, which should limit the values that can be stored in the column just by checking, over the conditions. If it is true, then the value should be stored to the database. So this is all about the SQL constraint. So this is data integrity and all. We will directly jump to the SQL type of query. Okay, so there are four main types of the query that you can use, or rather you will be using most commonly. That are DCL, DDL, DML, and DQL. What is DCL? DCL is the data control language. That if you want to give control or grant any access or revoke any access to the database, that is comes under the DCL, that is the data control language. Next, it is the DDL, that is the data definition language. So first comes that is a creating database, creating table or view. Okay, so we will see in some time how we are going to create a table or something like that. So it comes under the DDL. Dropping. So dropping is deleting one, we can say in short. But what drop command is going to do? Is it going to drop the content only or the structure and content both? Both. Okay. Is my voice proper for everyone? Okay. Those who are not getting my audio, please check your connection once again. I am repeating again and again. If some of you are getting some issues with voice or the screen I am sharing, it may be because of your network fluctuations. Please be there in the proper network area. Okay. So next is the alter command. Alter is kind of updating. You can change the name of the table as well. That comes under the alter command. Okay, if you have created a table one with specific name X, and then after you come to your mind that you have created this same table with some another name, that is Y. So at that time you can use the alter command and you can rename your table from X to Y. Okay. Now next is truncate. Okay. What is truncate now? Can you anyone tell me the difference between drop and truncate? Delete only data, correct? Okay. Okay. Correct. You got it. Basically, it will remove all the data from the table. Okay, but structure will be there only. But in case of drop, the structure will also be deleted along with data. Okay. Now comes the DML, that is the data manipulation language. The first is insert, second is update, third is delete. Okay. So insert is used to insert some rows, update used to update the rows or the record what we say, and delete to delete the rows. Okay. Next it is a DQL, that is a query language. Okay. That is select, which will help you to retrieve the value in database. But you can also use where clause. Okay. But why and where we use select? Any answers? While using aggregate function, we can't use the where clause. Correct? Okay, we will see in the hands-on part. Okay, so this is the TCL, that is transaction control language, commit rollback save point. It is not comes under that basic, but just have a overlook on this slide. Commit, that is it will save the transaction in the database. Rollback, it will undo your transaction that is not already saved the database. And next is save point. It lets you have the save point within a transaction. Now this is a group by, we can use, it will often be used aggregate function, that is count, max, minimum, sum, average. We will see in the hands-on session groups, group by, and then relationship, that is one and one relationship. And next part is joints and outer joints, that is the part of relationship. Now we will move to the SQL part. Okay, so so this is the site, or we can say workbook, SQL workbook, that is livesql.oracle.com. You can easily go to Chrome, Edge, or anything, any browser you are using. You can create your account, putting your email ID. Okay. Is it visible or not for everyone? Talking about live SQL. Yes, it is visible, the black screen. For some of you, if it is not visible, check your connection. I am repeating it once again because we are going to see now hands-on part. We will be creating the table and all here. Okay. So this is the typing window. We have to type here the codes and we have to select each command, run it. And here here it is a SQL statement output. Here we will get a output. Okay. So now we will start with creating one basic table. Okay. So what is the syntax we can say to create a table? That is create table and table name. Just write create table and table name we can say student. Okay. So now here we have to create some fields, that is in case of student we can have one, that is roll number, another we can have name, another we can have, let's take age. Okay. So roll number, its data type. What will be the data type of roll number? Number, correct. Number, its length, comma. Next, we want to take name. What will be the data type for name? Correct, varchar. We can keep length as 50. Then coming to the age, and data type will be the same as roll number. Let's take length as a 5. Okay. So let's create this table. We have to select this line and run. The table is created. Is it visible, everyone? Yes, correct. we will see that is the alter command. Okay. In case if you want to see this table, you can describe it. It will show you the type of your field, the field name and the type of your field name and its length as well. And the after number, after 5 you are getting this another digit, that is 0. It means the length of your number after the decimal point. Okay. If you are going to give in age here, or in case of salary, we can, or any decimal fraction or decimal number, if we are getting, we can mention here comma 2. It means your entry will limit to the 2 decimal points. Okay. So if here we want to alter the name, what I will need to do, alter the name of table, alter table. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, rename the name of the table. What was the name earlier? Student. Student. Rename. Rename to, let's make it new student. You can write whatever you want. Okay. So run. Table alter. Table alter means the name you are trying to change has been changed successful. And now if we try to display or describe this table with the older name, it will throw an error. Object student does not exist. Why we are getting this error? Because we renamed. Correct. Okay. So we can, for our convenience, what we can do, we can rename to the previous, because typing new student again and again will be a hectic job for us. So what we will do, new student, rename to okay. So run this also, and now if we try to run this command, we will get an output. Okay. So here we are getting the output. Now, what if we want to add one more field or one more column to our table? So what we will do? We will use the same command, that is alter table student add. Now we want to add marks, suppose. And what will be the data type? We have to provide the data type as well. So what will be data type here? Same as a age and roll number, that is the number. Okay. So number will be, run this command, table altered. Now let's check if we are getting in a column part as a marks or not. See, here we are getting marks in the field section and we are having data type as a number. Now, in case, suppose it is not going to happen, but I am just for demonstration, I am going to show you. If in case you want to change the data type of any field, suppose age, okay. In section age section, if I want to take age as a letter, and I in that case I want to change the data type of the age. Okay. So for that also I am going to use the same command, that is the alter table student. Okay. Now alter, but what I am going to do, I am going to modify the data type of age. So modify age varchar. Run table alter. Now if you try to display the table, the data type for age should have been changed. Yes, it is changed. The data type for age is varchar now, just because we modified the data type from number to the varchar. Okay. And if in case I don't want age column anymore, age field anymore, so if I want to drop that specific column, so which command I'm going to use? Alter table student, drop column age. So here what will be done? The age field, the age column will be dropped from our table. So table alter. Now when we try to display our table, the age column should not be present. See, it is removed from our table. So that's why the alter is considered as a manipulation keyword. Okay. Now if I want to delete the complete table, so in that case, which command I should write? Yes, Abhijit, drop. Correct. Drop table. So is it going to remove content only or going to remove the structure and content both? Both. Correct, Om Prakash. So drop table and table is dropped. And now if I try to display this table, I am getting an error just because the student object does not exist. So we have to create this table once again. So we will repeat the same command again. Okay. The first command, check it once if it is created or not. Yes, it is created. Now this was just a alter and manipulation techniques. But if I want to enter some inputs or some values in the record field, so how I'm going to insert that? Using insert. Okay, okay. Okay, correct answer. Everyone, you are giving the correct answer. I am not able to take your names because the chat is moving too fast. Okay, so insert into student. What we are having? Roll number, name, age, and any values which we want to enter here. Okay, let's consider roll number is 1 and will be Ria. So, so What is the mistake here? Correct. It should be values. One row inserted. Okay. Any another alternative? Do you know any another alternative for the same? I can do it with the another way as well. No need to mention all the fields over there, because as we know know the all three fields. We just need to insert a data. So in second case, what we will do, insert into values, and directly we will insert the values. Okay. So to just take John. I am skipping one thing here intentionally. Okay. That is H. Run it. Will it work? And what if I write A? Got it? Now, if I want to display my table or see if the things are present over here or not, then select star from student. Run it. It is mentioned here. Roll number is 1, 2, and name Ria and John, and age is 20 and 10. So likewise, you can enter a data here. Okay. Now, in this table, see here the table is mentioned, shown here. If I want to set age for John as 50 years, okay. Or we can say if I want to set age equal to any age for roll number 1. So how I am going to update it? How we are going to update? Use update command. We are going to use update. Okay, so update table name, that is student. Set, correct, set age equal to, let's consider 27. Here now we are going to use where clause, where roll number equal to 1. So when I try to run this, one row updated, and if I try to see the table now, see, for roll number 1, we have updated age is equal to 27. So here it is updated as a 27. Okay. Now, if I want to delete any row from that table, and I want to delete from, so how I am going to use it? Any answers? Delete from student. Where? Correct. Delete from student. Which you want to delete? Okay, roll number 2. Anything you can take. Roll number, age. I am taking roll number because it is easy to type. Roll number 2. Okay. So it is executed. Let's check if it is working on. So second row is deleted from our table. We want full table once again because we have to do some more operations here. So we will insert the second row once again, and it is now the completed. We will move to the DRL command, the select command. Okay. If we want to retrieve some data, only the specific data, if I want to retrieve only the name and age from the table, so what I will do, I will write select name, comma, age from student. So what I will get? Only name and age. Is it visible for everyone? What we are getting using select command? Only that thing for which we asked. Okay, not everything we are getting, just like a select from student. If we are going to use the command we earlier used to uh, display the table, that is select star from student. Star signifies that everything that is present in our table, it is going to be displayed. But select name age, that means you are mentioning the specific fields over there. So what it will do, it will just display those things for which you asked. Okay. Now what you can do, you can also give the conditions for the select command. Okay. So select name where, sorry, I missed from student, from table name we need to write. Okay. Select name from table name, that is student, where, let me check age, take it as greater than 10. Okay. So where age is greater than 10. So what should be our expected output? What we will get as output, Ria or John? Ria, correct. So name Ria. Okay, so Ria is having age greater than 10. Now we will see some function, that is aggregate function. Okay, so aggregate functions are maximum age. We can find out minimum roll number or minimum salary in case of employees. Some of the different types, some of ages, counts of ages. Okay, so what we can do, we will see one example for, due to lack of time, one example from the aggregate function, maximum, minimum. Okay, so select max of age, max of age of table name. What is it? Student. Okay. So what should we get here as output? Who is having the maximum age? Okay. Maximum age is 23. 27, sorry. And if I, you must be saying why Ria always. So we will make it minimum. Okay. So run it, we will get it as a 10. That is job. Okay. No partialism. Similarly, we can find out sum of ages. We can have a count of ages, how many ages are present in our table. Okay. So likewise, you can create, you can manipulate, you can drop, you can truncate the table as well. Okay. So now we are going to see relationships between the tables. Okay. Earlier, while we were seeing the difference between DBMS and RDBMS, that is relational database management, what we have seen, we cannot find any relation between different types of data in DBMS. But in RDBMS, we can find it out. Why? Just because we are storing data in relational database management in the form of tables, correct? In the form of tables. We are storing data in the tabular form. That makes possible to compare the data or to find the intersection between the some data or some tables. In case of if in case there are list of the students from the college, every college, and they have the department number in their table, and there is another sheet or another table which is having the name of HODs or teachers, and teachers also have aligned to specific department. In that case, what we are having, we are having the table in first table, in student table, we are having department number. In second table, as that is created for faculties, we are having the department number. In both the tables, we are having the same field, common field, that is the department number. Okay, or department number. We will take it department number for our convenience. We can say it as a department name. So that will create an intersection between both the tables. Got my point? So that is the beauty of RDBMS. Okay, we can link between two tables, two data, and we can achieve more using the less amount of data. Okay, so coming to the theory part. Okay, a relationship database connects different types of data set that use tables, record, and columns. Okay, it is used to create a well-defined relationship between database tables so that relational database can be easily stored. There are basically three types of relationship: one-to-one, one-to-many, many-to-one, or many-to-many. Okay, so one-to-one relationship, due to lack of time, we will see it in a short because we have to do the practical as well as we did earlier for the all DDL and DCL commands and all. Okay, so one-to-one relationship is exist when each row in one table have only one related row in a second table. That is department ID. Okay, we have discussed. If we have department ID for student and for teacher, if it, the only one thing is common, it is a one-to-one relationship. Okay. Next is one-to-many relationship. A one-to-many relationship exists when each row in one table has one or many related rows in second table. Okay, for example, a customer can have multiple orders. Such a relationship is called one-to-many relationship. So we can say a customer can make multiple orders, but one order can be made by multiple orders. Customers, sorry. Next is many-to-many relationships. A many-to-many relationships exist when a row in one table has many related row in second table. Okay. For example, one employee can work on many projects and project may have many employees working for it. Okay. Similarly, matlab, in easy word, you can say one employee is working for multiple projects, 3-4 projects, and each project also have multiple employees working under them. So it is many to many relationship. Okay. So here it comes the concept of joins, one of the most important topic in SQL. Okay. So there are 4 types of inner join, joins, that is inner join, left join, right join, and full join. Okay. So inner join, it is returns the matching value from both the table. Okay. Just consider 2 circles. Okay, just consider two circles and that circles are intersecting each other. Okay, that intersection part, this when two circles intersect with each other, and the common part, that is the intersection part, is called as inner join. Okay, now what is left join? It is the from left table record from the left table and the match record from the right table. Means if you are considering two circles as two tables and it is intersecting at some point. Okay, so left table and the part that is intersecting, you can consider in short it as a complete left table. Okay, similarly for the right join, what is right join? Right join means the right table, complete right table and the intersection, the common intersection between both the circles or both the tables, that is considered as a right join. Okay, and full join is a return all the record which there is a match in the either left or right table, whatever it is considered it as a full join. Okay, so here are why do we use the joins? The purpose of join in SQL is to access data for multiple tables based on logical relationship between them. Okay, join are used to fetch data from database table and represent the result data sets as a separate table. Okay, so we will see some examples for join. Okay, so for join we have to create for joining the two tables. First we have create two tables. So we will move to the our coding part and we will first we will drop this table. Okay, let me clear this. Let's start from the fresh. Okay, let's create two tables and then we can find the joins between both of them. Create table student. Type will be number 3. Where 20. This will be our first table. Okay, table created. Now it's time to insert some data into it. So in, insert into student values 1 comma values, suggest me some name. I'm going to write same for now, John, and we will write here department ID because writing the department name will be the difficult task for matching. Okay, so insert this. Now what I will do, I will just copy paste it here. Roll number should be different. And now we will department equal to 3. Okay. All three rows and insert. Let's check. Select from student. Just because of star, whatever it is written over here, we are getting it as a output. So department ID 131 and roll number 132. Now we will create another table for the department. Okay. Create table department. Department number. Okay. That is the length. Department name. Here we will write it. And if the data type will be varchar, length we can give it as 50. HOD, that is the head of that department. It should be varchar. Print will be sufficient. So run. So this create table is also created. Everyone, for any query related to your joining, for your joining letter, offer letter and all, your HR will be helping you for the same. Okay. For now, please focus into the session and don't distract from the topic. Okay. Now here also what we have to do, we have to insert the values into the department table. Okay. Department values, that is one. Department name, write it as ID. HOD name Rahul. Okay. Let me copy this. We also and run also. So it will be inserted. Another department, CSC. Who will be HOD? PHOD. Any names? Okay. Rani. Okay. Rani will be HOD here. Okay. So run this table. So now what we want to do, we want to display this. Select from department. Okay, so we got a table. Congratulations, Rani. You are HOD of CSC department now. Okay, so now we have created both the tables. Two tables we have created. Now what we have to do? We have to find four types of join in these two tables. Okay, so we have created two tables. One is student, one is department. Okay, so first we will find out which join, inner join, correct. So let's start with the inner join. Select student dot roll number, comma, student dot, what will be next? Student dot name, correct. Next, student dot correct department ID. Now coming to the next table, that is department number. First will be department number, department dot department name. Dot, what is remaining? Just HOD from student left outer join. Write it as a left outer join department. Student is going to create a left outer join with the table department on. After on, what we are going to write? The condition. At what condition we are going to create a inner join? So condition will be, what is the same intersection between both the points? That is department ID and department number. Correct? So we have to write on student, that is name of first table dot department ID. Okay, equal to department dot department number. Sorry. So we have to run it. Okay. So here what we are getting, okay, the intersection between both department ID and department number 1. For those who are having the same department ID and department number, we are getting it as a output. Okay. It was a left outer join. But what if we write here inner join? So we will get output for the intersection part only. Earlier we have written left outer join. That's why we are getting the left table completely and those part which is intersection between both the records only. Okay. And I just have to change the name here from left outer join to right outer join. So I will get the right table with the intersection part. And which is the last one? The fourth type of join. Correct. Correct. Anabhi. Abhi or Anabhi. Full outer join. It will have the complete table. Okay. So this was all about the join part. Okay, so in today's session, what we have seen, the database, we started from data, why it is important, coming to the database, then the difference between database management system and a relational database management system, how it is different. Okay, why we prefer RDBMS over DBMS. Okay, then we have seen the fields and the records in the tabular form, that is RDBMS. Okay, how we are going to store the data, that is sales in sales, which is the smallest unit of the that table. Okay, next coming to the SQL constraint, that is not null, default, unique, primary, foreign key, check. Okay, so all that we have seen. Coming next to the SQL type of queries, that is DCL, data control language, DDL, data definition language, DML, data manipulation language, and DQL. Okay, that is a data query language where we have used select or different methods, and DQL we specifically use to retrieve data from the table for our convenience. What is required, we retrieve that only. When we need entire table, we are going to use the stars, select star from table. Okay, so we will get the whole table as a output. Okay, then transaction control language. Okay, so then we have seen the aggregate functions, count, max, minimum, sum, average. Okay, then we have seen the relations, and then we have seen the joins. Okay, joins in the uh, different tables, two tables. Okay, that was inner join, which is the intersection between both the tables. Left join, that is the left table with the intersection part. Right join, that is the right table with the intersection part. And full join, which includes both the table with the point of intersection. Okay, so this was all about the basics of SQL. Okay, can practice it or online platform as well. Okay, so I will stop sharing my screen. So everyone, this was all about today's session. Thank you for your patience, listening, your attention, and your prompt responses. Okay, so thank you very much. I'm ending this meeting. Okay, so bye, good night.